Right, let's take a look at the bookmark. You'll have an idea about how to make a bookmark, I'm sure, and what that's going to look like. Hopefully you've planned it out and you've got some ideas in your head already. What you'll notice with this is it says it must be created using both vector and bitmap tools. You need to include your mascot, and you've got to have some text on there as well, the dates of your reading campaign. And then you might put other things on as well to help promote reading. So by now, we already know how to use vector tools. So if I go into Photoshop here, what I've done is I've used some vector tools just to create an outline of the bookmark. So I made a background that was kind of a bit higher than the other one. I've used the tools in here. I used the rectangle tool, and I've also used the shape tool here, and I found a rabbit because that matches the mascot I've got, and I've put that on the top of the bookmark. Now you might want to do something completely different to that. It's just an example. So that's the vector part of mine used. Now I need to get the mascot on at some point. Before I do that, it also says I need to use a bitmap tool. So to do a bitmap, there are a few ways I can do that. I can get bitmaps from the internet. So I've just typed in fun there because I want it to look like reading's fun. That's part of the idea of this campaign. So I've typed in fun, but rather than just going for anything that comes up, I've changed the settings in advanced search to the usage rights free to use or share. So that means I'm allowed to use these images. They're not covered by copyright. I've got permission to use them. So I've done that. I've searched and these are the images that have come up. So I'm just going to take this one here, copy it, and I'll stick that onto my bookmark. I'm going to paste it as a new layer. So if I just paste, you'll notice it's quite big, comes up as a new layer there. But I can use the free transform tool. It'll take a little while, but I can make that much smaller than it is. Now it's got the black on there, which is a little bit annoying, but we can get rid of that, I'm sure. So I might decide I'm going to have that at the bottom of the bookmark. I might even decide that I like the black background and I'm going to make that into a theme and have some more black on there. If I wanted to get rid of it, I can use the magic wand tool to select the black, press delete, and it goes away. Notice how it's still selected. I can then deselect to get rid of the selection. So I've got something on there. I've got a bitmap. If I wanted to do my own bitmap drawing, I can use tools like the pencil, or I can use tools like the pen tool here or the brush tool. So I'm just going to get the pencil tool. I'm going to choose a color. Let's just say whatever. I'll just go for a blue to match the book that's going to be in my mascot. And then I might decide to use that to put a little eye on the rabbit. You can have a giant eye. Make the brush smaller, obviously, because I don't want an eye that's that big. So that could go there. I could do other things. I could draw like the bottom of the rabbit in. I might decide to put something else on. It's up to you what you do. But you can use that tool to draw your own things. If you're not very good at drawing and you want to make a particular shape, use the polygon lasso tool here, and then you can kind of pin the shape that you want. So if you wanted to make a book like I try to make on my mascot, you could kind of do that, where you just click to pin where you want, go like that and like that. Hopefully you'll make a better job of it than me. And then once you've done that, you can get your pencil tool, maybe make the brush bigger again now, and you can colour it in like that. When you're happy with it, select, deselect like that. So that's how to use your bitmap bits. Now to get your mascot on, you would obviously need to have your mascot. So I'm just going to open mine back up, wherever it's gone. I don't actually know where I saved it. I've got it at the bottom maybe here. Yes, I've got the mascot there. So remember I told you to save that as a JPEG. So let's just save that as a JPEG. Pull it up. Rabbit mascot. I think I actually did this, but never mind. We'll just do that again. Put it in documents like that. And then on here, I can open up that JPEG that I've saved there. So I've got them there. And then I can just take the bit that I want, like that, So I'll just use that tool, copy it, and I'm obviously going to paste it onto here. When you paste it, it'll come up as a new layer. Now, just like when I put the smiley face on, it's got a white background. So I'm going to use the magic wand to select the white and delete it, like that. Get rid of the selection by deselect, same as I did before. If I want to make that smaller, then I use the free transform tool, and I can make that smaller and put it in the middle, like that. When I'm happy, I tick. Now, it's not looking very good at the minute, I admit, but you're getting the idea of the skills that you can use so that you can do your own. To put the text on, it is just a case of using the text tool here. Probably want to make a new layer for that. Hit the text tool. Read, it's fun. You can make it smaller, whatever it is that you want to do with it, moved around, that sort of thing. You get the idea. Okay, so I'm not going to go any more into detail than that. Rewatch the video if there's any of those bits that you forget or you need to recap on, but that'll give you the skills you need to make a bookmark. Now you've just got to make sure that you make something that looks good, unlike my hideous bookmark that I've just made.